Hello. Today I'm going to review some common concepts found in Microsoft Word 2010 version. The reason I'm focusing on 2010 version because it's highly likely that people haven't bought 2013 yet. And also, when most new persons to a computer start to deal with a computer, they don't really understand what all that means, but rather they only look at it from the applications they interface with. So obviously understanding a word processor is one of the primary applications when you work with a computer that you use on a daily basis. And we're requiring in our CSIS 101 course that you complete an assignment using Microsoft Word. So today I'm going to show you a way to remotely access Microsoft Word if you don't have it. And that is through the what we call apps.msjc.edu. So if you go open up a web browser, by the way, you have to use Internet Explorer for this particular feature to work. Although if you have Microsoft Word at home, you can just use that. But this is called apps.msjc.edu, apps.msjc.edu. When you go there, you get to this website. And you need to log on. Logging on is really rather easy. You simply type msjc / and then you type your Blackboard username. So whatever your Blackboard username is, you're going to go ahead and type that. And I'm going to go ahead and type mine in for this demonstration. And then in the password, you're going to type in whatever your Blackboard password is. It's that simple. And then you can just click sign in. This is actually using Microsoft's remote desktop services. And this is a pretty neat feature, and we're hosting it here at the college for the benefit of CSIS students. I'm going to click sign in. When you first sign in, you need to be a little patient with it. It takes a while to go through the connection broker to authenticate you. But once it does so, it works pretty well. So we're going to wait a minute while this signs in. Generally, you have to use Internet Explorer. There's no exception. Therefore, it's a little difficult to use this on a Macintosh computer. By the way, the connection broker doesn't work very well with the latest version of Internet Explorer. As you can see here, I'm going to hit the Alt key and I'm going to choose from the Help menu and I'm going to go to About. I'm using Internet Explorer 10. The remote desktop services works well, but Internet Explorer 10 gives it a little bit of a problem, and you're going to find out that a lot of newer applications, a lot of stuff you're doing on the web may struggle with IE10 because there's some new features in IE10 that are more restrictive. To prevent that, you're going to hit the F12 key on your keyboard. When you hit F12, you'll get this window down here, down at the bottom of your screen. And see where it says Browser Mode, IE10? You can click that Browser Mode and you can choose IE9, for example. So I'm going to go back to IE9. Now when I do so, you'll notice that all my icons appear. Isn't that great? Because for some reason, IE10 has difficulty displaying those icons. So I'm going to close this now by clicking the X, and now I'm using apps.msjc in browser compatibility mode of version IE9. Now, as you can see, there are many applications we've made available for you to work with remotely. You don't require installing these on the computer. You can just run them. You're actually running them in what we call a virtual session. But the way I want you to do this is a little different. Down below, you'll see this thing that says Remote Desktop. That's what I want you to click on. Now, be very careful. Do not double click on this. Click on it once. Not double click, just once. And when you click on it once, what will happen is it'll pop up with this window asking if you want to do this, and I do, so I'm going to click Connect. It's going to ask me to put in my credentials. Now this is very important that you type msjc / and then you type in your Blackboard username followed by your Blackboard password, and then click OK. It requires you to authenticate again. I know it's annoying, but it's just something you have to deal with. So we're logging on. You'll notice it says it's connecting to the app farm. Well, you might get a window that says like this because the certificate may not be recognized by your local browser. So you're going to click, do you want to connect despite these errors? The answer is yes. And it's going to go ahead and connect and open up a session. Now, what we are actually logging into right now is a remote desktop session on our server farm at the college. So if I click on the Start menu here, notice it's logged on as my account. And if you click on Documents, you will see that I have a Documents folder here. Any file that you save here, by the way, you can access at any time. We preserve these files throughout the entire semester. And more importantly, when you come to the college, when you work in the lab or the tutor center or the learning resource center or in one of the classrooms and you log on, the My Documents that you see there will be the same My Documents that you see here. So for example, I can create my own folder, right? So I'm going to create my own folder and I'm going to call this CSIS 101, right? Because I want a folder where I keep all my documents in. Okay? So that's how you use My Documents. Now let's talk about how to launch an application here. It's pretty simple. You just use the Start button. It's that easy. Go to All Programs, and you can see all the programs we made available for your remote use in here. And for example, I can go to Microsoft Office, and I'm going to select Microsoft Word 2010 and open that up. And here we are. Now, I'm going to open up a document off my Documents. I'm going to click the File menu, and I'm going to choose Open. And I'm going to choose this document I've created called Interesting Tips for Word 2010, and I'm going to open it. I've now opened up this file. So basically what I'm going to do for the next few minutes is I'm going to go over some interesting tips for Word 2002, Word 2010 I meant, on this video. And more importantly, I'm going to show it to you in this apps.msjc.edu interface, but you can use any version of Word you want. I'm not going to make it through all of these. I just went through the things that I thought were interesting and neat that I use every day, and I'm going to go through a few of them. I'll probably get through 5 of them, and then I may do another video down the road. But here are some things that I think are important things to know how to do in Word. So first off, let's talk about the Backstage View. All the new Microsoft applications, Microsoft Office applications, now have these ribbons, and you see them right here. In fact, I've created my own custom ribbon, which I'll talk about in a minute. But it's got all these ribbons, right? And one thing I also want you to notice then, there's this button called File. If you click File, this is called the Backstage View. That's what Microsoft officially calls it now. The Backstage View has a lot of different features in it. You need to get used to them. There's a lot of hidden things that you may need to know how to do in Word in this thing called Options down below. So remember where that is because you may need it at some point in time. If you click on the Recent folder, there's a couple of things I want to point out. Number one is there's this checkbox down here in the bottom left-hand corner. That checkbox is normally not selected. It normally looks like this, and let me show you what that means. If I go to the File menu, notice that I do not have any recent items right here quickly in the File menu to be easily accessed. I have to actually click on Recent and then open the Recent. So let's count the number of clicks. I want to open up a recent file, right? 1, 2, and then 3, right? So it takes 3 clicks to open up a document from the Recent menu. Well, we can fix that by checking the quickly accessed number of documents. And I can set the number, like let's say I want it to be 2. I want to access 2 recent documents in here, okay? Now let's look what happens. When I click on the File menu, you'll notice that my recent documents now show up quickly in here. So now it only requires 1, 2 clicks. Woohoo, I saved a click. Even better, you can start using some of your keystrokes to quickly access these, which I'll talk about later. But you can now access these quickly with a keystroke as well. So that's the Backstage Recent Items thing. If you click on the Recent folder, another thing I want to show you. Let's say you want a particular document that you work on all the time. Like I have a document that I do that keeps track of my exercise journal that I do on my home machine. And so what I've done is, let's say I've got a document that I want to be always available. See this little thumbtack? You can pin the thumbtack to the recent documents, meaning that it will always be there. So I see so many people doing this. They go File, Open, and then they start trying to browse the folder, trying to find it, and they spend all this time wasting around when they are simply opening the same document all the time. So in that case, just simply go to File, Recent, and then pin pin the document you use commonly in the recent items folder. The next thing that you can pin is one of these documents. So let me show you. This. If I were to create, I'm going to file and I'm going to save as, and I'm going to save this document in my CSIS 101 folder. Okay. Now that I've done that, if I go to File, Recent, you'll notice that my CSIS 101 folder is over here as a recent place I've saved to. So I can also pin that. This way I do not have to always go File, Open, and then go navigate and find the folder. Rather, I can go File, Recent, and I can just click on the folder, and it opens up that folder. See, I'm just saving myself some time, right? So this is a little bit about understanding the background, the backstage. Now, another tip, understanding the all-powerful Alt key. The Alt key is extremely powerful in Word. You can basically do everything from your keyboard. You don't even need a mouse. If you hit Alt, what I want you to notice is the second you hit Alt, it activates all the menus and all the quick launch bar items with a number or a letter. So, for example, if I wanted to open up one of those recent documents I created, after hitting the Alt key, I could hit F. Notice the File menu drops down. And look, if I wanted to open up one of those recent documents, I could then hit the number 1 or 2. I'm going to hit 1, and boom, it opens up that particular document. Make sense? Pretty easy. So remember, Alt, and then every ribbon has its own thing. So for example, I wanted to go to page layout, I could hit P, and then notice every one of these now has a letter behind it, right? So I want to, let's mess around with this. Let's do one. I'm gonna let's say I want to make this bold and centered, right? So I'm gonna hide. Now watch what I'm doing. Notice that when my mouse goes to the left of the interesting tips for Word 2010, watch what happens when it goes to the left. Notice it changes to an arrow. See that? Oh, change to an arrow. See? Text icon changes to an arrow. Always remember the arrow change, because watch what happens. When I change it to the arrow, when I click, it selects that entire line. Okay, so now let's say I would like to do something really fast with that highlighted line. I'm going to hit Alt, I'm going to hit Home, H, and now if I wanted to make it bold, what number do I click? You're right, I hit number 1. Boom, see that? I made it bold. I can also go Alt, F, and oops, I messed up. I didn't want to do that. So you always keep in mind, if you want to get out of this, just hit Escape, and it takes you back to the previous, but it remains your Alt keys. Do you see that? Let's do the mistake again. I hit Alt F, oops, so I hit the Escape key, and it takes me back. Now that I'm in here, let's say I wanted to go back to Home, and now I would like to center this, right? So I'd like to center this text. Notice that the command is AC. So I'm going to type AC, and now I centered my text. Okay? So that's just how you can use the all-powerful Alt key. There's a lot of other things you can do with the Alt key. Just keep in mind that that's the big one. You can manage all of your menus with the Alt key. The reason why this is important, and let me show you. I am typing really fast because I am a great typer. How do you spell typer? I don't know. Yep, that's not how you spell it. Oops. I'm a great typist. That's how you say it. I am typing really fast because I'm a great typist. And I do not want to pause and lift my fingers from the keyboard just to make this word. And now I want to make this bold, right? Alt. Do you remember what it is? Alt H1, right? Okay, make this word bold. Now I don't want it to be bold anymore. What is it? Alt H1. Now it's no longer bold. All right? That's basically how you do it. By the way, another quick shortcut. If you are typing and want to use a feature like italics, like Alt, Home, Italics, and you would like to quickly remove formatting, then use Control spacebar. So basically, you're going to hold the Control key and hit spacebar. Now, I'm a bad typist. Now the formatting is gone, right? So you can be typing along. So you can be typing along and decide to make something Alt H3, enter, underlined, and then decide, and then Control spacebar, decide to remove it. Make sense? If I was a really fast typist, I would use those features a lot. And I do. Control space is a great one. Okay, let's talk about the ribbon, the dreaded ribbons. Everybody hates the ribbons. When Word 2010 first came out, everybody's like, where's my toolbars? I hate the ribbon. The ribbon sucks. Well, the ribbon is not that bad, actually. It's actually pretty good. The reason is because you can quickly access features and you have a lot of control over them. Let me show you. So you can go to the File menu and you can go to Options and you can click on Customize Ribbon. And in here you can make all sorts of cool stuff. One I really want to point out to you is if you click the drop down box, look at the commands not in ribbon. A lot of people complained when they first started using Word 2010. They're like, hey, it no longer has the whatever button. Well, this is how you get it. Commands not in ribbon, and you've got all these different buttons here, right? And you can add them over to any tab you want. So look here. I have my Home tab, my Insert tab, my Page Layout tab. I have all these tabs. Do you see them all? And you can basically grab one of these tabs. In this case, I'm going to grab the Guy Custom tab. And I've got my group, which is what's called My Commands, and I've added a Save button in there. But let's say I wanted to add the All Caps feature because that's not in the ribbon anymore. So I'm going to add that over here, and now I've got all caps. So I'm going to click OK. And now, watch this. I can click on Alt Y, and now I'm in the Guy ribbon. And notice I've got my all caps. So while I am typing, I can use my favorite options, such as, now I can go Alt Y1, Y3, all caps. Control space, that are not normally functions in the Word ribbon. There you go. So you can create your own ribbons with your own features that you use all the time. Pretty nice, huh? Also, you know what? If you get really good, these ribbons are kind of annoying because they take up what we call real estate. You can very quickly, over to the far right, there's a minimize ribbon option or Control F1. Many people get used to Control F1, right? Control F1. Basically, you hold Control and you hit F1, and oh, what happened? The ribbon is gone, right? Now, the ribbon isn't actually gone. I can hit Control F1 whenever I want it, and I can choose my option. So let's say I want a lot of real estate while typing. So I hit Control F1, right? Oops. Control F1. Now I can type without distraction. See, it's already helping me. Okay? When I want to format, I click Control F1, and I have my ribbon back. See that? Pretty cool, huh? So you can very quickly get the ribbons back and forth all that you need to, okay? So that's a little bit about the ribbons, okay? Quick access toolbar. This little guy up here. The quick access toolbar is for buttons you want all the time. Some people hate the fact they have to go to File and Save or File and Open. Well, if you don't want to do that, then choose this drop down and I can put the New button here, right? And I can go click here and I've created a new document, right? That was easy. I don't have to go File, New, right? So instead, here is my new document. Created really quickly using a quick access button that I added. Oops. Pretty cool, huh? So you can just simply go up there. So choose this and then pick the buttons you want, right? Let's say you want a quick print button. You can quickly print. You don't have to go File, Print. You can just quickly print. Now, what's even cooler, let me show you this. Now that I have added print, I can use the all-powerful Alt key. Watch this. Alt, and guess what? 5, boom, would bring up my print dialog box, right? Of course, printing on our remote desktop services is not recommended because we don't really have any printers installed for you, but that gives you an idea. Notice that it actually did in print down here, right? And who knows where that went? I have no clue. Let me look. Nope, I don't know where that job went. That print job went into space. Who knows? It probably showed up on one of our technicians' desks, and he's wondering, what the heck is this document about the powerful Alt key? Anyway, so there you go. This is how you quickly gain access to quick access. You can very easily, you can show this below the ribbon if you want to. I hate that. Show above the ribbon, which is best. You can also go grab more commands if you want to add them to the quick access toolbar. So you can add your own commands from this entire list of all these commands. So watch, I'm going to click all commands. Look at all these commands that there are. Whoa, Word is powerful. Yep, you're right. There's all these commands in there. And you can make any one of those a member of your quick access toolbar at the top. In fact, if you added all these up here, like let's say, for example, I'm going to go most popular. Let's say, no. I'm going to go to, here we go. I want bold. I use bold all the time. And I use, what else do I use bullets. I really like bullets. I'm going to use bullets a lot. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to click OK. Now I've got bold and bullets up here. Do you see that? Pretty cool. Now watch this. I'm going to minimize my ribbon. I don't need ribbons anymore. I can just use my quick access toolbar, and Word is clean and fresh and easy to use, and I don't have those annoying ribbons along the top. All right? So that's how you do that particular feature. Okay? Boy, gee, how do I get back to my tips document? View, switch windows. There we go. I get back to my tips document. Do you see how I did that? If you've got multiple documents open in Word, you can go to the View button, go to Switch Windows, and you can flip between documents. See that? Pretty cool, right? You can have multiple documents open. You can also, notice when I'm in this View menu, you can go to Arrange All, and you can arrange them all. See this? I'm going to close one of these. I'm going to do that again. Now notice what's happened. I've got these windows kind of hanging out here. If you maximize one, you're back to where you were. So you can go Arrange All again, and there you go. Now I've got two documents. You can also go to this really nice feature up here in the top. It says View Side by Side. Watch this. Now I can view two documents side by side. I don't know if you're like me, but oftentimes I'm working on one document but want to see the other document at the same time. So this allows you to view two documents side by side. And by the way, Word will let you open up other file types, not just Word documents. So you could have a web page open over there, or you could have a text document or Excel spreadsheet, or you can have all sorts of stuff over there, and you could be typing on one side. So this gives you the ability to view windows side by side. I'm going to go ahead and maximize that one. I'm going to go back to view, and I'm going to remove the view side by side. There we go. And let me see here. This little bar's in my way. Darn it. And I'm going to maximize that. There we go. Now we're back. Okay. So anyway, that's how you do that. So pretty neat. That's how you view. So I'm back to my tips document, which is what I wanted in the first place. All right. There we go. All right. Quick access toolbar, screen clipping tool. Okay. This is just really awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open something on my screen that's interesting. This is going to be hard. I'm going to open up a web browser, and I'm going to go to, yeah, this is good. You know what? I've got the MSJC website. That'll work. So now I'm going to go back to my Word, and let's say, gee, I would really like to have an image right here that I see on my computer. Okay, so how could I do that? Well, let's look. There's lots of little options up here, and I want to click through them, and I want to show you. There's a bunch of them, and I can't find it. Man, I lost it. It's gone. It's missing. Hold on. It's so exciting that I have to show it to you, or I'll die. Let me see here. Dang it! Why can't I see? This is horrible when you can't remember where something is and you're just freaking out and you're like, where was the screen clipping tool? Well, you know what? When you can't find something, all you have to do is ask, right? So that's really easy to do. You can simply go and you can click on this little help guy up here, and I'm going to call it screen clipping tool, right? And insert a screenshot. I'm going to click on that. You can quickly add a screenshot. Oh, that's what I want to do. Yes, there it is. Okay. Okay. Does it tell me where it's at? There it is. That's what I want right there. Screenshot. So where is it? Better tell me. Does it tell me? Oh, there. Go down here. Insert tab. Oh, it's on the insert tab. Okay. So, all right. We'll go to insert. Oh, there it is. Okay. I see it now. God, that was hard. But the help menu is great, isn't it? So now I'm going to click screenshot. Now, don't click on screenshot. Now, I know what all of you are thinking. During that practice assignment I gave you, you're like, boy, I wish I would have known this was here. Well, here you go. So you can click on screen clipping. Don't click on screenshot because it'll get the whole screen. Rather, click on screen clipping. When you click on screen clipping, it will minimize Word automatically, and then whatever's open on your desktop, you can go grab. So I really like this 50 years thing over here. So I'm going to highlight it. Boom! Oh, I've got an image in my computer now. Sweet! That's called the screen clipping tool. Now, what's even better is we can apply really quickly artistic effects. Now, I want you to notice something here. Notice that the graphic I added, it has a wraparound feature that's happening. The text is on the left-hand side, and there's a lot of space there. I don't like that. So I'm going to right-click on that, and notice I have this wrap text feature. You can be in line with text. You can be square. See how tight, really close in. You can have the text go through it. You can be top and bottom text. You can have it go behind. I like in front of text. So here it is. Now my thing is in front of my text. So I can move it over here to the right. Do you see that? Pretty nifty. So always remember that. Right-click, wrap text, and you can put it in front of the text, and then you can move it around without it screwing up your text. Everybody always complains about that. That's how you do it, right? Now, notice that now that I have an image, I've got a new tab. In fact, I want you to realize what these are called. I'm going to go to Options, Customize Ribbon. These are called tool tabs. See that? you have these special tabs called tool tabs, and here's all your tool tabs. So when I click on the graphic, I now have a tool tab called format. See that? Pretty cool. I really love picture styles. Watch this. You can do all sorts of nifty trick things just with quick, easy buttons, right? Look at that one. That one's pretty neat. I really like this one. It kind of gives you that faded kind of old look. But you can do whatever you want. I can do a cropped look, right? That's kind of new. That's kind of cool. I like that. It looks like it's almost one of those. What do the people do? Scrapbooking look. That's what I meant to say. So here you go. Now also, nobody ever plays with this, and I always wonder why. But over the left-hand side, you see this artistic effects? This is really fun. Click artistic effects and just check this out. You'll just be blown away. Watch, I can do all sorts of artistic weird effects. Like I'm going to pick this one right here. What does that do? Ooh, yeah, that one. Look how retro and cool that looks. So artistic effects, that's pretty fun, right? You can also adjust the color, and you can do all sorts of stuff like that, right? So there you go. Another thing you can do that people don't know about images, you can click on the image and you can remove background. And basically, you can mark areas to keep, mark areas to delete. So I can basically move this thing around like this, and I'll say keep changes, right? Well, it didn't work out too well, but I can actually remove an image from its background if I want to, and take the image off the background. It's a pretty neat effect. So if you've ever got an image with something in the background you don't like maybe it's blue in the background or gray in the background and you want it to be white, then click on the remove background and you can actually remove the solid colors behind the image. This way you don't have to go open up some other tool like Photoshop and actually make a transparent image. You can do it right from here within Word with a real quick ability. Also, keep in mind when you add images to a Word document, the Word document gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you have like a 50 meg file or a 100 meg file. Always make sure you compress pictures, and you can apply that to that picture and compress that picture. Notice that it didn't affect the picture at all. It just compressed it, so now that my Word document isn't getting gigantic, right? So there you go. Oh, also, see the little green button? You can rotate. See that? You can rotate. Pretty cool. All right, I like it. So there you go. I've got my 50th anniversary thing going on with Word. Awesome. Well, I'm about wrapped up with this. I'm just having way too much fun. But right while we do it, we'll do the last one, which is called Word Art. So Word Art is awesome. See, I was born in the 90s. I was born in the 70s. That's why I use words like awesome. All right, so now you can click on Word Art is awesome. And check this little guy out here. You see it? Text effects. Choose the drop down, and I can make all sorts of fun text effects. Boom, Word Art is awesome. Remember my little arrow, left-hand arrow highlight thing? Remember that. Now I can click on here, and I can choose all sorts of different Word Art features, right? If you want to make your documents really stand out, take a look at that. All right, now watch. You can also outline it with different colors. Like maybe I want to outline it, so you can make your Word Arts custom. Like here, I'll do this one, and then I'll choose. You know what? I want a different outline. I want the outline to be blue. Right? Look at that. See, I can make my Word Art. I can customize my Word Art. I can also add shadow. Can add lots of shadow. Look, I need this Word Art to be bigger. There you go. Look at that shadow going on there. Okay, watch this. Oh, I'm getting a call. We'll just ignore that. All right, so now I'm going to shadow. I can make a reflection. I really like reflection. That's kind of fun. Look at that. Ooh, I got the reflective word going on. Pretty neat, huh? Now I can do glow. Oh, glow's a little overrated. It kind of looks stupid. But nonetheless, you can mess around with it. Play around with it all you want to. So there you go. That's Word Art. All right, I got lots more to talk about. I'm getting a little too excited. It'll take way too much time. I might do a part 2 where I go through more tips for Word. I've got lots of things to talk about here. I'm going to go ahead and end this because I'm getting calls and voicemail messages and just getting interrupted. So we're done. I appreciate your time. I'll see you next time.